There we go. What's going on? On board. We got Mr. Tunji on board, Anami, Chris, and Colleen. Sorry, guys, my connection was a little bad. Can you guys hear me? Colleen, can you hear me? Tommy, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. We got you.
Better now. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. I don't know what happened with the internet just now. So welcome everybody. Welcome. Let me see. Who else do we have here? I don't see Natalie on here. Give me 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to present to you truly what we've been waiting for all this time, what we've been working for all this time, which is this awesome software that we are praying to God will do exactly what it has been programmed to do, which is change our lives financially in the short term, because in the long term, we got some bigger and better things that we got to do as people. But for the short term, guys, we hope that this is going to be it. We are going to be able to move forward and truly prosper together financially so we can do the things that we want and pay the people to do the things we don't feel like doing. Why can I not find? Natalie, can you raise your hand for me 1 second? Let's see, I have, oh, there you go, Tunji, I see you there. Remote. There we go. All right, let me lower all the hands for a second. Natalie, go ahead and raise your hand. There we go. Found you. It's like finding Waldo. Perfect. All right, looks like we got everybody on board. Tommy, let me go ahead and give you a host right as well. Perfect.
Got it. Thank you.
Awesome. Was that that's that GQ shot, right? GQ shot, Tommy?
A little something, you know how we do.
You got it too, man. I got to find a GQ shot for myself. All right, cool. So we are are we recording? Yes, we are actually recording. So for those of you that you're not able to see this live, we are recording. So we hope that this message receives you wherever it is that you are. First and foremost, we just want to give thanks to our Lord and Savior, our God. Whoever your God may be, please give them thanks for just being here today, Lord. You know, because nothing's possible without something higher than ourselves, because men, we make mistakes. All right, we are sinners naturally, no matter where you come from, no matter what you look like, but we also know that we are not deserving, but we try and we move forward and we try to come together as people, because if we can unite as people, every and anything is possible on this law of the land that we call earth. So with that being said, guys, Alliance Economics, we are here finally, where we want to literally start to show you guys exactly what automation can truly do for this concept that we call gifting, right? This concept that has been extremely popular throughout the country. Of course, for whatever reason, with the black, brown, and beige, I don't know if it started real strong because of what we did prior or if it was before that or not, but it's just a really, really strong movement, to the point actually where there are a lot of Caucasian and other communities that are strong in the gifting. So I want to say, you know what, it's probably the struggling and trying times of the country and the world. You know, people are naturally going to be instinctual, right? When things happen in life where jobs are being lost and careers change and it's hard to come across money, people are going to find ways, because money is what makes the world turn, right? Well, I guess that's what this is. So we're not going to take too much time. I just want to say, to lay the foundation, we are not here today to talk about the past, because there's nothing that we can do about what has already happened and what has transpired. All we can do is look forward and understand that we set the tone of what should be. When I say we, I talk about all of us collectively, not just us behind the scenes, but most importantly, what we are working towards doesn't happen without the thousands of you in front of the scene. So I welcome each and every one of you. Today, we are going to focus on the software that is hopefully to take us to the promised land. All right. We are going to talk about those that have already been onboarded during our beta testing, which was about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, that went for about a week. And quite honestly, we had a lot of success. But that software was truly customized for what we wanted, not really taking into consideration all of the little challenges that were to come about once everything got going. So we upgraded, we took a step up, and we paid tens of thousands of dollars more of not just money, but time to give us a more powerful system, and a system that I can't mute the dings because it's coming from my computer, guys. I got to figure out how to do that. Stop texting me. All right. This is definitely, I think, something amazing. And I'm sure our facilitators agree, because we've, again, been up day in, day out, night in, night out, wanting this program to work. So that's really what we're going to focus on. We're going to answer your questions, all right, as best as we can, because we definitely want to put together a series of very common questions that people will ask coming into this for the first time. And most importantly, get a lot of your questions asked that are already in this process, and you're trying to figure out, okay, well, what do I do now as far as where I am in the system? And then for those of you that are not in the system yet, we're going to talk about that as well, which is really, really important. All right. So with that being said, Tommy, are you there?
Yep, I am here.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
What's going on? Our newly engaged, beautiful black people.
Yes.
You know, do show a little.
Well, I need to get my nails done.
So what I'm talking about, put a ring on it.
The ring on it. Yeah.
That's
Cool, man. Cool. Well, thanks so much for the introduction. You do it so well. Thank you so much for everybody that's popping on. We're going to get right into this. Not going to waste any time. Just let y'all go right at it and take a look at what we got here. We're going to share our screen real quick. If you notice, we got a fresh new look. We got a fresh new start.
Yep.
Things looking good. This is our new website, okay? This is what it looks like right now. You can obviously go right to here and log in. If someone's new, they want to get a little bit of information, I have all this information right here on the front page that they can read through, peruse through to their heart's content, kind of see the flow and how things work, what we're about, and just a little bit about Alliance Economics and what we're doing here, all right? But you guys want to see how the login process, and trust me, we're gonna go through this process right now, and why is he doing that? We're gonna go through this process right now, and hold on one second. Why it's down, movie? Go here. Can you guys still see my screen here?
Yeah, we still see it.
Perfect. All right, so this is the login process, or this is the login after you log in. All right, so once you come in here, in this portion right here is going to be a countdown clock, okay? A 60-second.
Hold on, we're still seeing the log now page. We haven't moved from the first page yet.
Hold on, let me see something here. Share screen. Okay, can you see that now?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. All right, so what we have here is, this is your dashboard. I'm not gonna go into a crazy amount of detail because I did about a 15-minute video on the website, allianceeconomics.com, where you can watch it step by step. But this is the new login. This is not the same software that you guys were in beforehand, okay? So we made some upgrades, we listened, and not only that, we found out some interesting things that that were happening behind the scenes that caused us to make some changes. But nevertheless, very straightforward. You have your profile up here. You can go here and you can change things, all right? Your account, log out, whatever you want to do. Your dashboard here has some very good information, but in the beginning, as soon as you log in, you're going to have a 60-minute active countdown clock right here. It's going to say that you need to gift within the next 60 minutes. This is super important, so do not send out your link to people who are maybe at work and don't have 60 minutes that they can, or don't have a couple of minutes to go ahead and log in, set up their account and gift, okay? Do not send out that link to someone who's maybe is not too good with technology, and they don't know how to do this stuff and log in and do all that stuff. Why? Because after 60 minutes, if they do not gift, then at that point, they will their login will be removed. We are no longer allowing people to hold up other people's blessings. All right. Keep in mind, this is just a recording system. All we're doing here is recording the transactions that you guys are having between giving someone else a gift. Okay. So after this, you will see a thing that says 60 minutes. Once you gift, that goes away. You will also have 72 hours. There will be another countdown clock. 72 hours for you to actually find 2 people to gift. We are forcing people to go into this with the mindset that you have to have the $50 to gift immediately, and you need to also know 2 people before you go into this group. Okay. If you do not have those 2 people after 72 hours, your link will expire. You will be pulled out of the system. We are not playing around letting people hold everybody up anymore. Okay. This is give you some information. All this stuff is not applicable.
Let me say this one thing also with the 60 minutes. If you receive a link, right, but you're at work and you know you don't have time to do it, just don't open the link and start the process. Wait till you have 10 or 15 or 20 minutes and then open the link and then go through the process and take the 2 minutes to actually bless. So no one should have the excuse to say, well, 60 minutes is not enough time because I'm at work or I'm doing this. If you have the link, when you open it, that means you have 10 minutes to actually log into your profile and send that blessing of Cash App to whomever it is.
Yeah, and honestly, 10 minutes is generous. It doesn't even take 10 minutes. I mean, you're creating a username and a password and putting your email on it and verifying your email. It's very simple. And then once you're in, it's literally click the button and gift the person that you're supposed to gift. All right. So here's a quick overview of this. Your username, cycle. I want to make sure that we're on the same page with as far as terminology is concerned. Level is the $50 level. In this particular one, we have a $50 and a $300 level. Okay. So this is the 50 level. Once you get all your blessings, which I have at $400, as you can see right here, once you get all your blessings at $400, you can go to the $300 level. This will reflect this once you gift. It'll say level 300. This will still be cycle 1 in that particular case because I've only cycled through it one time. Once I've received all of the $2,400, 300 times 8, right? Once that happens, this will then go to cycle 2, level 50. Then I'll go to cycle 2, level 300. Then I'll go back through. It'll be cycle 3, level 50, so on and so forth, all right? Start date, okay? This is obviously the start date. This is your sponsor. Whoever your sponsor is, it will be their information with their phone number, their email, okay? Just in case you need to get in contact with them. Total referrals of who I've used are right here. Total people in my team, 330. This is a very, very good and powerful tool because now I can look down and see, man, my right side is killing it, but my left side needs a little bit of help. Out of 330, there's only 62 people on the left side and 268 people on the right. This right here is a godsend right here. I just want to make sure, as simple as this looks, we were having issues with people sending out that one link from the old system and someone making a mistake. Even though it was in a big red box to only click that button once, they were clicking it twice and they were logging up, taking people's link up twice, right? So now there is only one link for the left and one link for the right, meaning you need to be careful on what you send out. So if I'm sending out this link to Chris and Dap, and I send both of them the left link, only one of them is going to join. It's going to be first person that gets to join is going to work, all right? So I need to send out this left link to Chris and this right link to Dap, okay? Make sure you do that, okay? Working right down here, your sent gift. This is where you can go ahead and see what your sent gifts are, all right? Oh, man, it's logging me back out. Sorry about that, guys. This is where you get to see your sent gifts. Your sent gifts, what they're at. What's happening here? Oh, clicking the wrong thing. All right. Forgive me while I log in. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, I think the bandwidth is just really low on the internet right now.
Still putting me as a... Why is it doing that? We're having some issues here. This is not allowing me to not put it in caps. And
try Safari.
Let me try Safari. keeps doing that. Give me 1 second, guys. I don't know what is going on with my computer here. See, it's not all caps.
That's really weird.
I don't know.
If it doesn't work on your side, I can try it on my side too. Oh, there, it's moving now.
I'm here now, but when I'm clicking on this, it's for whatever reason, it's.
Do you want to refresh your screen?
Let me try this. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's not allowing me to do any lowercase letters. Maybe try it on your screen and I'll walk you through it, but I don't know why it's doing that. And then my letters aren't working. Can you guys hear me? Still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you just fine. Let me try to share my screen then.
Let me stop it here.
There's something wrong with your keyboard.
All right, let's see here. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Maybe try that.
All right. So where are we going?
Okay, so just write down the left-hand side and send gift. So up one.
Here?
Send gift.
Oh, send gift. Okay.
Dashboard. Yep. Dashboard here is going to give you an option. Show you can either send the gift from here, or you can go ahead and click that red bar that's up front on that dashboard. But if you've gotten past that, you can go right down the line, hit send gift. It'll tell you what level, what cycle you're on. As you can see, DAP here is on cycle 2, level 50. All right. Going right down below that, there's a drop-down menu that says gifts, and it shows gifts sent. When you hit that drop-down menu, you can click that. That'll show you how many gifts that you've actually sent. All right. And then underneath that, gifts received. Gifts received here will be how many gifts that you've actually received so far. Okay. Next thing down below that is network. All right. Underneath that is your tree view. That network tab is a drop-down menu. So that tree view, this is a pretty cool feature because, again, you can see who's in your downline, right? But the beautiful thing about this, as you can see there, it indicates in red on who are your your left and your right users. That is the only time I want you to pay attention to, that red circle. Everybody else is not going to have a red circle. But as you can see, with that, they have green lettering, okay? If these people did not gift, the lettering would be red, okay? I want to repeat that. Don't pay attention to the red circles. The red circles are just indicating that they are you sponsored those 2 individuals, okay? They do not mean those red circles. The red circles do not mean that they did not gift. The only thing that determines, or one of the things that determine it, is whether or not their name is in green or red. So you can see here we have Cleon Morgan on his right side, second row down. Cleon Morgan, his name is in green, okay, which means he sent his gift of $50. If his name was in red, that means he still has not sent his gift. He has logged in, created an account, and the time is now ticking for him to send that gift, all right? You can also search usernames, and if you click on, so let's click on Cleon. What happens is when you click on it, it'll show it'll kind of give you a screenshot of, it'll kind of move down to where he's at so you can see who his 2 are, and you can see all the way down your entire tree. You can just keep doing that and clicking on people until if you need to get in contact or find out what side needs to be built up, all right? The next one down is direct referrals. These are gonna show you those 2 individuals that are in the red, all right? For you specifically, those are these 2 people, okay? The one underneath that is Team View. I love this one. Team View is an awesome, awesome feature because you're gonna be able to see where you have available links, all right? As you can see now, this is page 1, and it's starting with the low, like basically these are the newest people that are in the group, okay? So page 1, you can see that their left link, let's go to that one right there on 984, the very first one at the top. Chris Elliott, 411, right? if you see his left position is available and his right position is available, okay? So that means, hey, someone says, hey, man, I want to get in, but I can't find a link. You can look as a team leader, you can look into your entire structure, your entire tree, and see whose links are available. So you can say, oh, yeah, you know what? Chris has an available link. I can get in contact with them and have them send you a link, okay? Next thing down, one thing that we want to show, if you go back there, is news. Now, this is cool because when you log in, it didn't do it when I first logged in because I'd already logged in. But when you first log in, there's going to be a pop-up with any news. This is where we're going to update things. This is where we have the ability to give you guys updates on, has a Zoom link changed, if we're going to have a call, if we found some issues, if there's going to be some maintenance on the site, all right? We've spent a lot of money to upgrade the site. We have dedicated servers. They're encrypted now, if you guys noticed that. There's a lot of things that we've done. So anytime we have anything that needs to be announced to the group, I want you guys not to go look somewhere else. Go just log in so you can see if there's an announcement that's going to address that, okay? And then it'll keep track of all that stuff. And then finally, we got underneath that support. This is a great feature. Now that we have this support feature that actually works, we were having a lot of issues with the support feature. Some of the messages were not coming through, so therefore we couldn't help anybody. But this is where you can create a ticket and you can keep track of all your support tickets. So we had to do this. This is something that was really, really important for us to do so we can keep track with everything. But we had to do this the right way, and we had to take some time to sit back and then really just we really had to hire a whole new software team to go ahead and do this. So I think that everything else I went through in the video, if you guys go onto allianceeconomics.com, I'll take a little bit more time and care in going through each section, but you can go ahead and figure a lot of this stuff out. It's very self-explanatory, and that's everything for the software, man.
Oh, and I just want to add as well that the reason why we did this, one, is to cut down on fraud. There's a lot of folks who are getting DMs with false for information. So everything is like, we are going to streamline it through here. So no one should be PMing you, hey, send me money if they are not in your software. So for one, that cuts down on fraud, and then two, please don't be intimidated by the new software. If you have Facebook, you can work this. So like, feel free to go in, click around, and learn and learn it. Because if like your job came with a new software and said, hey, you have to learn this, then I am pretty sure that you would do what it took to learn it. So we put a lot of time and effort and into this, so we really hope that it is a useful source for you. And
I know that was they have the profile setting there, but that's self-explanatory. You guys can go there and change your pictures, and I don't think you want to show that because I know it has your real information in there. But you can update your photos, you change your Cash App, your Zelle, all those good things.
You can and that click on hover on the profile and the log out, just so that they know what that means too.
Yep. You got the profile right here. This is your log out, and this is the news.
Yep.
So I'm not going to go through the profile just because I don't want to broadcast my phone number to everybody, even though I don't mind broadcasting my Cash App, my Zelle, and my Venmo. If you want to send me some blessings, that'd be great. I've got enough people calling me. But when you guys do go into the profile, and you have to put your blessing information, your gifting information in, just make sure that you are specific on what it is that you want, whether it's Cash App, Venmo, Apple Pay, whatever it is. And then you also lay out all the other options that you want. It's always best to have multiple options, guys. All right. You always want to have multiple options. All right.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Make sure that you guys have that, because it is up to you to bless. If you want to be a part of this process, it's up to you to bless the individual how they ask to be blessed. And you only have an hour, right? So if you don't have Zelle and someone says, hey, I need you to bless me via Zelle, you only have an hour before that link expires, all right? So just take the time to get the Zelle, get Venmo, get Cash App, get all of them so that you can be proficient with that.
Absolutely. Cool. I don't, Fred, Colleen, Natalie, are you guys able to unmute yourself? I know Colleen said she wasn't able to unmute. Let's see. Probably not. Give me one second.
While you're doing that, yes, I don't know what's going on with this. While you're doing that, the reason why we had to do a couple of things, we found out some stuff that was causing a lot of issues. So we're going to get into this software, and we're going to give you guys about 30 minutes for Q&A, okay? So the reason why we had to do this, if you guys know on your URL, you can copy and paste that URL, that website address, right? The old software, well, yes, take in consideration that we have some pretty crafty individuals. So they were doing is they were taking that URL, and if you looked at it, it was allianceecongroup50.com/user equals Tommy Holt, for example, right? So they were copying that, pasting it into their browser, erasing the user equal Tommy Holt and putting user equal whatever their username was. And the system was allowing them to get into the system, which means they never had to gift anybody, which means they weren't attached to anybody. And that's our software 100% relies on you being attached to someone else because it's a referral-based, okay? So since it's a referral-based system and that person wasn't doing it, we found out later down the road that that was causing so many of the duplication errors, so many of the, hey, I'm logged in, but I don't see who I'm supposed to gift. A lot of time went into doing that just to figure that out. So we decided to scrap that system and create this whole new robust, encrypted SSL certificate, all that stuff I don't know about, system to make sure that it's, number one, encrypted, safe, and that people can't do that anymore. All right. So it's on the outside. I know we were, you know, you guys didn't get a lot of information because we were feverishly working to figure this thing out. And then boom, I think DAP had a conversation with someone and it was like, wow, this is what's causing 90% of the issues, is that we have this stuff that's going on behind the scenes and we're trying to fix them, not knowing that this is causing a trickle-down effect. So I know we're trying to get into the software launch. I'll let you know, DAP or whoever, Carlene, Tunji, Natalie, whoever's going to take that over.
I'll go up. Let me also go ahead and share this. I think it's really important. You guys are going to see this pop up on your screen when you are going to log in for the first time. This is something that we are really we're so excited about this, and let me tell you why. Because this process is a willful process, right? There are a lot of people out there that want to place blame on everybody except themselves when we are all adults, and we have to understand that in life, all right, that we're going to have challenges and we're going to have people that are going to challenge us. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me go back into my room because it's a little loud over here. You know, and it's really important that we make sure that we don't hold anybody responsible except for ourselves. This is why we've created automation, so that no one can ever say that someone told me this and I wasn't able to see that. So we've created this gifting statement to make sure that everyone holds ownership of themselves and realizes that this process is not an obligation, nor is it a business. And I'm not going to go through the entire thing. I think it's important that you guys read it for yourselves, but it pretty much states that you are responsible for yourselves and you cannot hold anybody accountable for your experience in this process except for yourself. You have to be proactive like you would if you had your own home, paying your own bills or working at your own job or taking care of your spouse or your children. You have to hold yourself accountable. And that's exactly what this gifting statement states. And it's really important that you read this when you see it. You have to actually acknowledge it. That allows it to go into the system to know that you have acknowledged and saw this. All right. I'm going to read the last portion. I think it's also important because, again, we understand that we have a creative bunch of people in our community. All right. But this is important that you know that we are not here to penalize or to hurt anyone. We want everyone to have the same fair shot and opportunity. But we as Alliance Economics, we reserve the right to revoke any person's membership from this platform with no liability or explanation needed. All right. This includes and is not limited to gifts given and downlines built. So please make sure you are a person of integrity and honesty, or else you may be subject to revocation. All right. We no longer have to play those games, guys. If we hear of integrity issues, poaching, stealing, manipulating, we're not asking questions anymore. You will disappear like a ghost. All right. I'm just telling you exactly how it is. So understand that you want to be a part of something great, you have to act great. And I'm going to leave it at that. So anyway, any co-hostesses with the mostest, you guys have anything to say before we go into the questions that our amazing community has for us today? Natalie, Risha, Kylene, Tommy, I mean, not Tommy, but Tunji, Fred, anything?
No, it's your show, Chief. Go ahead.
No,
I'm good. I'm just excited.
all right, cool. It's my
just
show,
excited.
but you guys write the script. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to the questions and answers. I haven't been looking at them, so let's kind of, if you guys want to, chime in, because you guys have you've been reading the questions, you can.
Dap, hey, this is Risha.
Hey, Risha.
I just would like to address this question that I keep seeing over and over and over again. If you were in the previous system and you've already blessed, your position is secure. You are already in the new system. You've been ported over. All you will have to do when you get the link is to log in, update your profile information, and continue on with the process. You don't have to re-bless another $50. Okay,
Yes, absolutely.
so that should kill about 50% of the question.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll never do that to you guys. All right. That's not what we're about here. Everybody is blessed in, and the system is the exact same process. We just have upgraded to something more powerful, but everybody has their same exact spots. Now, one of the things that I will say, every last one of you that have already, if you already have a profile in the system, we need you to log into the system. All right. This is going to take some time. I know not everybody's going to get this. It's 3,000 people on here right now, but we got about 17 or 18,000 people that are in the system right now. All right. We need every single last one of you to log in so that the actual system can recognize all of the trees and all of the positions. All right. So with that being said, we're going to want each and every one of you to be very mindful and careful of moving forward over the next 24 to 48 hours. All right. We're not saying you can't, but everyone in this system blesses the same person in both levels. All right. The 50 and the 300. Remember, you bless in 50, 8 people bless you back 50. That's $400. You keep 100, right? Putting you in the black by $50. You put the 300 back in, and then you receive 2,400. So for a net of 2,450. So when you come back around, all right, which in this system, when you bless out of the 2,400, right, or the 300 that gets you 2,400, the system automatically takes you back to the 50 again. All right, you don't have to do anything. It's going to automatically take you into what is called cycle 2, like Tommy was showing you. We're in cycle 1 right now. Once everyone collects, or once you collect, you will move back into the 50, and you will end up blessing, whenever that time is, and the system tells you, $50 to the same person. And it just keeps on rotating. So it's amazing, amazing. You guys asked for it, right? You wanted something perpetual or residual where you didn't have to worry about going into a different flower or circle or finding a different person. Now you can literally build your 2 people, have them get their 2, and everybody stays exactly where they're supposed to.
And
all right?
one good thing about that, Dap, is that now you do not, this is super, super important. You do not need to wait for your sponsor. So for example, what was happening was that sponsor would get, bring in their 2, build it out, get their 8, or maybe one side would do it. So let's say you're here and you have your left and your right. Your right is just a rock star and they build all the way out, right? But your left is kind of like a dud, which means The person on the right has now built out and gotten blessed all the way out. They received $400, right? 50 times 8, right? But the left side, on as it pertains to you, didn't do anything. Well, that meant that person on the right could not move forward to the $300 level, okay, because you couldn't move forward, okay? If you guys can picture that, right? Now, that person on the right can now go into the 300, but still at the same time be attached to you, which is kind of crazy, right? But the software engineer figured out how to do that. So he's still, or she is still attached to you, but they can also surpass you. So if that person, if you don't build out that left side, or if that left side doesn't build out at all, you're not holding other people up from going around and cycling multiple times, okay? So really, really cool way of doing it. I'm in the Q&A. You want me to start reading out these questions?
Yeah, absolutely. And then for some of you, I mean, for the other facilitators, if you see some of the questions that have already been answered, if you can just X them out. That way we can kind of get through as many as we can.
All right.
Yeah, can you, are we, sorry, y'all, are we giving the new site out like now so that people could,
Yes.
they're asking, do they use the old site? I know you guys said it 50 times on the call, but again, I guess you have to address it.
Yeah, so no, we're not, the old site is no longer, you can see up there at the top, it's allianceecongroup.com. Allianceecongroup.com. There's no 50, allianceecongroup.com.
There it is right there. Allianceecongroup.com, guys. No more 50. If you guys have heard of the Krypton, which some of you may have been able to get access to that, do not go on that site. All right. This is the only site that you go on. If you go on any other site and you try something, it will probably mess up your entire tree. And guess what? Ain't no coming back from it.
Yep.
All right. This is the only site.
Yep, exactly. So that's how you get to it. You're just going to use the exact same login credentials. We paid the developer to migrate everybody's exact position and their login credentials. So the exact same username you had in the other one is the exact same username you're going to use this one, exact same password, everything else. So you should be able to log right in. All right. I'm just going to start here because this was one of the first questions. One of my invitees accidentally left a dot out of their email and was able to register and retrieve their, wasn't able to register and retrieve their invite links. Please advise. So if she can still, he or she can still log in, then they will be able to log in this new system. If they logged in and did not gift, guess what? They're out because it takes 60 minutes for them to actually gift. So if they never able to log in, that's going to go ahead and stop them from getting in anyway. If you still have more issues, then have you, whoever that person was, go ahead and send a trouble ticket with that person's information and we'll take a look at it from there.
And then after you gift, the next thing that you need to do is fill out your profile, like in information, because that information was not a part of the migration.
Yes,
So
very important.
your Cash App, your profile picture, and all of that.
Is there a notification tab on the new system? I'm guessing you're saying if you gift, does the other person get notified, right? That phone number there that you have there is also what we want you guys to either reach out to them, try to text them, or whatever information they tell you to do, because you have a information or instruction block right there. So if that person wants you to text them, you can do that, all right? If they want you to call them, do that, but do whatever their instructions say, because you might have a job where you don't want people calling you during the middle of the day. Right? And you're going to put that. So be respectful of their instructions, just like you want someone to be respectful of yours.
One of the things that someone asked, which is actually a really important question. I was in a stalled flower or whatever it is, and I haven't received a link. When am I going to receive my link? So this is important, guys. Listen to this. It's not going to happen overnight. All right. For those of you that know, we came together as one. We were two different communities. One community had a lot of people in it before our community migrated in. So there will sometimes be challenges of people trying to get their links out to people that are not directly theirs. In the old Ligwe community, most of the leaders, all right, of the bigger groups already have a link. all right? And we are working with them to get their people in. You may fall somewhere in that downline, and we're extracting links to help and this is what's keeping our process slower than normal, but we had to do it because we gave you our word. It's not easy. It's important that you understand that, all right? It was not easy, but we are trying to facilitate thousands of you who did not get blessed for whatever reason. I don't care the reason. It doesn't matter to me at all. There's not one reason greater or lesser than another. We just want to help as much as we can. So that's the process that's slowing this entire thing down. If we had a percentage or like a survey that said, hey, how many people really want us to go this route versus not go this route, I think we would be kind of 50-50, but we did it, and we want to help as much as we can. But here's what I also want to say. We are not here to build anybody's downline. All right. One of the challenges that gave us a hiccup for a week was not the software, was the fact that there's a lot of people being greedy, thinking that, oh, they just going to build our downline for us. So let me bring my mama, my grandma, my auntie, my uncle, my cousin, my nephew, my grandkids. And guess what you just did? You just created a problem of now us having thousands of links that we got to figure out what to do. And you know what that does? It crumbles this entire system. So please, guys, don't be selfish. Understand that one position can bless you 2 and 3 times a month if you build deep. So just take a position. If you don't have anybody, give it to us back so we can fill it so that we can keep it moving. Because remember, the 2400 is not the end game here. We got a 15.5 process. And for those of you that want to go back into the 1400, there's an 11.2 process as well. So just wanted to throw that out there, guys.
I got one right here. It says, I was in the wind before the system switched over and the 1400 circle, but the person that is in the water never communicates or responds to any message. So what if I never receive a link? So basically what he's saying is that, or she's saying, is that they were in a spot where the person below them came in and then never did anything. This is why these are reasons why we switched over to this. That's not going to be a problem anymore. Why? Because let's say you bring in that water and then they go ghost. They disappear, right? And you can't get a hold of them. They have 60 minutes to send in their gift, okay? If they don't do that, that link is gone and you can send out another link, which means you don't have to worry about that. What if they do send the $50? And I want everybody to hear this. If you send in your $50 and you do not find 2 people in 72 hours, don't cry to us that, hey, your spot is gone, because you will have just gifted someone and you won't have a spot, because you're coming into this knowing that you have 72 hours to also find someone. So again, to answer that question, if someone does that and they do gift and over the next 72 hours, they don't find anybody, their spot, poof, disappears. So you won't have to worry about that. Okay. We want people in here that want to be a part of this process. We don't want people that are going to hold people up. All right. Bernadette said, please kindly go through the login process. I would love to, but it would take a little bit longer. But on the website, not this one, not the one that he just showed you, allianceecongroup.com, not that one. That is for the login process only. But allianceeconomics.com, if you go on there, I do an entire walkthrough. It's 15 minutes. I actually read through that statement so no one can say that they did not hear it. I read through the statement, and if you want to skip past that, you can, and I walk you step by step through that. If you slide down there and you click on right there, yep, walkthrough of software, and it shows you how to send out the links, what to do.
Here we go. We're gonna
whole 9 yards. All right. So I think I'm answered that one. Hit done on that one. Well, yes.
Touch on people that are managing multiple accounts for elderly or kids or something like stuff like that.
So if you are managing multiple accounts, all right, number one, understand that you're taking on a pretty big responsibility, okay? Because not only you're not just in charge of setting those accounts up and walking away. Now when they get gifted, remember you have there's a time limit there. So now you got to make sure that you actually respond and accept those gifts, and the whole 9 yards, right? You have to be on top of it. But also make sure that when you're doing that, that again, you're managing accounts that you are going to take control over, right? So if I have a 6-year-old son, if I'm managing his account, that's really another Tommy Holt Jr. account, right? Let's just be real, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to expect my son to go ahead and try to find two people. So understand what you're taking on. That could be also your elderly parents, right? Understand that you are now responsible for not just finding your two, but for theirs as well, because you know what you're getting into. And I get it, you're doing it pure of heart, you're trying to bless them, but at the same time, you also have to take responsibility for them as well, all right? Did I answer that for you, Carly?
Yeah, in addition, touch on the fact about the limited amount of times you can use the email, and also them notating in the notes if they're putting somebody else's Cash App, but it doesn't correspond with the actual phone number and things of that nature.
Yeah, so, I mean, just be good stewards of I know this is not a business, but of that type of business mindset, right? Like, I mean, obviously, if it's going to a different Cash App, make sure the Cash Apps are the right ones. If it's connected to, if your Zelle is connected to your phone number and you are handling the funds for your elderly parents or for your kids, make sure you're on top of that stuff. Just basic stuff, like make sure that you guys are ready to take on that responsibility, because now you can cause that link to disappear if you don't follow through, and it's not their fault, right?
We also want to bring up too that we are adding an element to enhance your transaction experience. We're not gonna say it, but just know that for those of you who are having the problems with Cash App, with Zelle, with Venmo, that we have something that is right around the corner that we are going to bring you in on, so that you can start to do transactions through our process. So we have that on the way too.
Absolutely.
For those of you who are like international, who want to join, this would be the thing for you too.
Yep. International and domestic.
Yeah.
International
Sure.
and domestic. Yeah.
If you re-enter the water a second time, but you're downline the second time through, is different, but you already used your two links with your first time through, how do you get the invite from your second time through invite? No, so your people are going to stay with you, right? So you don't have to keep finding new people. So if I understand your question correctly, you're saying, hey, if I cycle through once and I come in and about to cycle a second time, right? How do I get those links? I think that's what you're saying. You don't have to find any more links, because the reason why you're cycling through is because your two people did what they were supposed to do, right? So at the end, you have to have 8 gifts being blessed up to you, right? So that's the reason why you're able to do that. That's the reason why you're able to cycle, is because those people have fulfilled their obligation. And that's the only reason why you're able to cycle through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So you don't need to switch up and find someone new. And I hope I answered that question. I hope I understood that correctly.
Absolutely. Someone says, will the system update it? Oh, yeah, we already answered that. The system is updating everything. So if somebody paid, but it didn't show up in your tree, those are some of the corrections that were made. Any error that was in the old system is completely eradicated. There is no more. All right. So it will be fixed in this particular process once you log in.
So it said if you send the 2 links to one of your fire by mistake, can it be fixed? Don't do it. Like, pay attention. Like, it's literally, you have to go out of your way to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So it's going to allow you to only copy and paste one link at a time. So copy it. Just take some. Like, we're not in a rush, right? It's not a fire drill. Take the time to make sure that you send it to the right individual. Okay. I asked this guy, and I asked this on behalf of all the admins that are on here and that take the answer to these questions. Like, some of this stuff is so easy not to do, right? Just really take some time to go through and make sure that you're doing double, triple, quadruple check, because then you might put in a trouble ticket that might take a while to get answered, and then you get upset at us. But it's like something simple like that. So I know mistakes happen, but it's really hard with this new system, because you would literally have to copy and paste that link and send it to Chris. And then if you sent that same one, it wouldn't work, right? So then you would have to go back into the system and copy and paste and send that second one to Chris. I mean, you would have to kind of like almost go out of your way to do it. So it's not like the old system. Hopefully that.
Another question, which is important. Someone asks, well, okay, and I know it's kind of the second tier of it. What if somebody misses the 60-minute window? Okay, so understand this part. All right. The system is designed for the person that's gifting, that just signed up to bless in 60 minutes. That is your responsibility, right? Meaning once the person gives you the link, they should say, hey, listen, do not register until you're ready to bless me, right? Which means whenever they get home or get on their phone and do it. Once they do that, all right, the end user, the person that is receiving the gift, has 24 hours to approve that gift. All right. Now, in order to make that time shorter, I do recommend when you gift, use the phone number to text that person to say, hey, I just sent you a gift on Cash App. Hey, I just sent you a gift on Venmo. Please approve me. So they will look in their Cash App or their Venmo whenever they get to it, right? Because everybody is going to be exactly on your time. So while you may be ready to move right now, that person may not be able to, but that's why you want to text them and wait for them to actually approve it so that you can move to the next level. That's why the phone number is there. Please make sure that you respect people's privacy with the number, all right? If we find out that someone is calling or badgering somebody or anything like that, we'll just remove you from the system, all right? I'm telling you, this is a ghost system that we're putting here when it comes to discipline, because we have to respect people in this entire process. That's why we create these time frames, so that we don't have to worry about people lollygagging. Either they're serious about doing this, or they can go to those other communities where you can sit around for weeks and months to finish the process. Just want to throw that out there.
So
Yeah.
a lot of questions are asking if they can't log into the new system, but they were able to log into the old system. There's a feature where you can do a password reset, and all you have to do is do that password reset, and it will do exactly what it says. It'll reset your password.
And this password reset works actually this time.
Yeah.
Last one was finicky. It works sometimes, you know. Shia Flower said it has a good question. If someone in my downline adds someone that does not successfully add their two and loses their spot, will the person that added them be responsible for finding another? And if so, is the same 72 hours and will there be a new link provided? So if I come in, I find my two people, and then those two people, they come in, they gift, and they have 72 hours, and they were not able to find two more people. I have done my job at that point, okay? I've done my job, all right? You are not penalized for that. When those two people vanish, right, your links are now just available, okay? Meaning that you can send them, because maybe they would have took them, another 10 hours, but they could have found someone, right? And you can send it right back, that link to them. The point is that you now have two available links to resend out to people, okay? Now, don't just keep sending out to the same person if you know they ain't gonna do anything. But that is the point of this. We wanna put some fire behind some people's butts to actually get some of this done. So hopefully that answered that question for you. That was good.
The 72-hour, just to be exact, and I think this is from our computer programmer to be exact, if they've already blessed, right, that means they're in the system, and they go 72 hours without bringing in their two, then you become inactive, which means you no longer have access to your process. At that point, you must send a ticket to the admin in order to put new people in that process. Those links have already been used. So what we will have to do, or admin, whoever that will be, will have to change the username to whomever that new person is going to be. So my recommendation, guys, if you don't want to hold up and you want to keep on moving, is don't come into this process unless you have your two people. The same song I've been singing since April 8th when I started this process for the first time. It's $50.
Yep. That's it. So I guess I can see a couple of questions back to back. What happened to the other circle for the 1,400? I was in the water. Someone else says, what if you gifted 1,400 initially This is not the $1,400 group. The 14, as we talked about maybe 4 weeks ago, however long we had that Zoom call where we all merged, right? That process, if you were in the water, you will be in the water once that $1,400 process starts again, okay? That your spot is not lost, but we needed to solidify a solid software that we have now, because that literally is going to be the exact same software that's going to be used for the 1400 when, not now, but when that actually happens. This software that we have will be the backbone, will be the foundation for that, because really all we have to do is just change the denomination from 50 to 1400. But this one right here, we need to make sure this thing is solid. We've taken a lot of time to make sure that this is solid. So if you were in the water position, or if you were in the earth position, or wherever you were in that $1,400 spot, when that $1,400 one opens up again, it will look very similar to this, that you'll be in that exact same spot, okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Remember, that $50 process, guys, is put in place so that you can have supplemental until the 1400 comes, an opportunity to be blessed 44 times on your blessing in a matter of days. So don't focus only on the 14 is going to be there. But here's what we know. A lot of people are going to have a challenge duplicating 14, 14, 14. But if they can build trust in a system that can get them 2450 every week or every 10 days, guess what? The 1400 becomes easy when we bring it back out.
Yep, perfect. Someone says, wait, you don't have to give 50 if you're already. No, you do have to give 50 in this system. Think of this as a different system, right? You're in a different level. So if you're going to participate in this one, then yes, you have to give 50. If you say, you know what, I already give my 1400, I just want to wait for that to come out, then you just wait till the $1,400 system comes out, if that's what you choose to do. But for me, I'm thinking it's only $50. Why not do this one as well? But it's up to you.
Yeah. 26 people, yes. This process, like we talked about when we voted on what system that we want, this 2-level process, the 50 and the 300, is still 126 people per person getting blessed, as well as the new system that will come, which is the 500 that gets you 15.5, which is 3 tiers, 3 levels, same amount of people. It's just that we only have 2 levels here versus 3 levels in the new system that will come. All right, same amount of people. This is why it's going to happen quick either way. And you do not have to come out of the 50 when the 500 starts. Why would you? Let that 2450 be that passive income coming in, and then bring your people into the 500 while the 2450 is still rolling. Now you're in 2 systems in 1 community versus being in 2 or 5 or 10 systems in 5 and 10 different communities, if that makes sense.
So is there a video explaining the entire process? Yes, go to allianceeconomics.com. When you're transferred from the old system to the new system, you have already blessed. When do you receive your 2 links to give the 2 you are sponsoring? So you're already in the system. If you're in the old system, the old software, you are automatically already transferred into the new software. What did I say? Just log in with your exact same username and password that you logged in before, and you will have those links. We understood that we put people in there, we transfer them, so the 72 hours is not applying to you right now. But we need you to log in immediately so you can send out their links, because there's people out there with links. How do you get? Wait, I'm sorry.
Purposes. Yes, the system does track all your gifts. So for those of you out there, we can't give you advice. We can only tell you what we know and what we do for ourselves. The system is going to calculate and tally all of that stuff up. And if I'm correct, Tommy, you can even make it into an Excel, right?
Correct. You can Excel spreadsheet it and print it out.
Absolutely.
How do you get links to log in? Well, someone is going to give you that. So someone is going to reach out to you, probably the same person that you were in the other process with. Hopefully that will trickle down in the same order. If it doesn't, then you go ahead. Well, the links will be available from somebody. That's why if you guys remember when I showed you the, I think it's not in the tree view, but it's in your downline view where you can see your whole downline. Someone above can see, hey, I got this person who wants to come in. Does anybody have any available links? And you can sort and see who has available links so they can send it to you.
Yeah. 72
Quick,
starts when you log in going forward. There was no 72-hour in the old system, the 60-minute. You didn't have to worry about that. Now that the site is live, everything that we're talking about applies now.
All right. Were you saying,
oh, okay, sorry. So are we telling them to bless? No, right? Because obviously if everyone is not in the system and logged in yet, you guys, it's going to like jump spots. It's going to tell you to bless the wrong person. So don't bless just yet, because we need to give time for everybody that was already in the old system to be officially migrated over, meaning people log in. So right now it's a soft launch and you got to give people time. If you know that that's not the person that you blessed the last time, do not bless a different person. Just wait for the time where everybody that's in your tree logs in so that it gives you the right person to bless. Because right now, just to explain, if you log in and you're at the bottom and then the person that you originally was supposed to bless, it has not logged into the new system, it's going to tell you to bless the person above them or somebody who's below them, to bless them because they haven't logged in yet. So just FYI.
Absolutely. The system does not recognize the entire tree until everybody logs in. So guys, just keep that in mind. If you already blessed 50 and it's time to bless 300 and it's not the same person, you already have them in your Cash App, right? Venmo or whatever it is. You want to not bless. You want to make sure that you're blessing that same person. All right. So it's going to take about, listen, it could take a week for everybody to get in. So just be mindful of it if you decide to continue and move forward and bless. So.
all right. I think we answered a lot of the same questions, by the way.
Yeah. Another person asked, well, if you don't want to build, and I know everybody takes everything literally and doesn't want to kind of look at the totality. If we're not building anybody else's downline, why are we asking for the link back? Again, from the Ligui side of things, all right? One of the things that we had to do, because yeah, we had 5,000 plus people get blessed, but we also had a lot of people, for whatever reason, that did not get blessed. We're just trying to help those waters gain position. A lot of them don't have a downline left or whatever it may be. We're just attempting to try and get some of those people in that have not been blessed. That's all we're trying to do. And that's why we're saying, hey, let's not be greedy. Take your spot. If we can help, we help. So that's why, and we've already gone through this with the leaders of the big groups. So don't worry about that part. That's where we come in, and that's what we're staying up, day and night to be, to take care of. So that's that.
What happens to your original fires if the system placed 2 people under you that you do not know? What happens to your original fires? If they're not in there, what are we, or is there anything that anybody's doing? Because to me, it sounds like if they're not there anymore.
Yeah. So one of the things that makes this system awesome, guys, is you can only get a link for 2 people per position, right? So now you have the opportunity for all the other people that you personally have to find a link somewhere in your downline. That goes back to the team view that Tommy referenced when we was going through the video. And you can, again, see it on allianceeconomics.com to be able to understand that. So it's allowing you to build deep. Let me emphasize on this, guys. The reason why I am so against a lot of you taking multiple spots is because you can't even handle one spot. Most of you have lost money in dozens of other programs to only come here and badger us because we're the ones with integrity to want to help you. Well, we're helping you by giving you the information. Follow us, take one spot, get blessed, get your people blessed, and then say, you know what? I'm going to take another spot, but this time I'm going to take it somewhere further down in my tree to help everybody else. And all that does is it help people. All right. So I'm not against you taking multiple spots. What I'm against is somebody that doesn't have 50 plus people in their team ready to go that's going to take multiple spots. If you're greedy and you get stuck, don't say we didn't tell you. If you can handle it, by all means, take multiple spots. We want you to be blessed. But be a blessing first.
Absolutely. Where are the 8 fires coming from? I mean, the same process. You find 2, who finds those 2 find 2, which is 4. Those 4 find 2, which is 8. What happens? What happens if someone only wants to do 1 or 2 cycles? That's fine. Let me know. I'll take that spot because that means you got a whole team behind you. I'm quite sure you'll have a hard time finding someone that wants to take that spot.
Oh, great question here. What should be entered in remarks when sending gifts? That is a great question. Here's my recommendation. All right. This is what I do. I can't tell you what to do. All right. Personally, I don't need anybody to know what I'm actually giving for. Matter of fact, I don't want them to know. So I just put, hey, it's from DAP, from AE. Right. And just leave it at that. You don't want to, this is for gift this, and this is a blessing this. Stay away from what all the other communities that don't have integrity are doing, because this is why Cash App have algorithms. They don't have anybody manually that's saying, oh, this person's in a gifting program, let's cut them off. It's a computer system that sees a pattern. Oh, all these people are saying that they're getting scammed because they're sending us emails and they're saying, well, it says gift. Well, guess what? They shut down your Cash App. Now you got to open another one all over again. And just keep it simple. Hey, this is from DAP, from AE. And just keep it going. So great question.
All right. I think we've been a little bit over time on how many questions we answered. Is there anything else? Anybody see a really, really good question that we haven't answered already? Or is not a...
I don't see a question. I just want to touch on the Telegram groups. If you're a new member and you're trying to get added to the Telegram group, the sponsor has to request their new member to be added via this Alliance social chat. It'll be open for you to state the new member's name and information so they can be added. We'll be adding them manually versus via the link.
And if you ask when is it going to open, soon. We don't have the exact time as far as right now to be announced.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm quite sure everybody on this call would rather for this to be right so that we don't have to pause or stop again. So we just want to, all we want to do is we just want to make sure this is right, because this is something that's a foundation that we can build and have for a very, very long time, as long as it's done right. All right.
Wrong website. Somebody asked allianceecon.com. No, it's allianceecon group.com. All right. That's I don't know, VPN. That's not a virtual private network. No, it's allianceecongroup.com, guys.
Correct.
All right, I don't see anything else. So we can kind of wrap it up, guys. Like I said, we can be here asking questions all day. The goal is to really see what your questions are, find out what the majority need to be when we create this question and answer PDF or whatever it is that we need. And I think we've answered.
One thing, I'm sorry, because this is like a hot button for myself.
Okay.
And I see a little bit of my true nature, all right? I'm going to tone it down a little bit. Listen, please, guys, everybody on here is an adult, okay? You guys understand enough English, okay? Do not participate in this group, because all we're doing, we're not taking your money, okay? We have simply just put our own money, our own time into providing a system that only thing it does is it just keeps track of things. That's all it does. If you really think about it, it actually says it in that note that, hey, we're just here to keep track. This is a reporting system, okay? Some people are asking, I've had people that reached out to other people, to my own mother, to myself. I'm quite sure everybody on here is saying,
To me today.
to her, hey, I need to get my refund. You don't have a refund. Refund something that you give away freely. Why? Because you're a grown man and you're a grown woman. You are making a choice to gift someone. If you do not get anything back, God bless you. You just gifted someone. There is no refund. We cannot make this any clearer. So for that, a person who put that into the chat and said, hey, I have someone who's reaching out to me asking for a refund, tell them to go kick rocks. There is no refund, okay? There's no refund because how can I refund you something I don't have? You gifted someone else. Or even if you did gift me, it is a gift. They need to understand that they came into this process. And if people are going out, this is why we're creating this system that's standardized, right? Please don't try to explain this to people, because one thing that we do see is that some people, because they're excited about it, they're explaining this to people the wrong way. And they're saying, oh, it's guaranteed. You're definitely going to get this. Nothing's guaranteed. We're not saying that's not what this is about, right? So if you understand what I'm saying, don't do that. Don't tell anybody it's a guarantee. Don't tell people. We had people that they were going to come and shoot up their house and just craziness, over $50. Like, are you serious? Like, just don't do that, all right? It's a gift. Once it leaves your Cash App, Zelle, your PayPal, your Skrill, your Venmo, whatever you use, once it leaves, it is gone. Don't spend your last, if that's your cell phone money, and it take a little bit longer than expected, I guess you're going to be calling collect, right? Because it is a gift. It is not coming back. It is not guaranteed to come back, okay? So make sure you tell those people, don't candy coat stuff, right? Don't sugarcoat stuff. Like, be real with people. Like, we're adults, right? This is something that I'm willfully doing, understanding that, hey, I might gift this to someone and never see that back. They need to know that. Be straight up with them, all right?
And to just wrap it up and finalize everything, guys, no social media posts. This is still a private community. No soliciting, none of that, please. Like, this is still a private community. So
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, and also we'll be resuming new member Zoom calls and posting shortly. It'll be posted on the website when that resumes.
Yep. It may not be Zoom calls. It could be something else, a different platform. It really depends, but we're going to have calls, all right? This project, guys, of what it is that we're doing is not the all end all. I'm going to leave you with that. This is not the all end all, all right? This should be the icing on the cake, but this is not the cake. There is so much more, and we deserve so much more than to have to skirt around a gray process and to be able to circulate our dollars, which by all means, we're all going to do because we understand, all right, what this means for us in this time. But this is not what it's about. It's about collecting these dollars and building and creating and producing and owning. That's what this is about. So you have to understand that this is a movement that needs to go on and on and on and never stop. Regardless if this platform stays here for the next couple of years or the next couple of weeks. We are bonding together through Telegram, through social media, and however it is that we stay together as this Alliance Economics community and every other little small community that makes our community to be something greater. There are going to be other opportunities that we are going to present that we all vet and collectively say, hey, we can take this and utilize and unify to create more residual passive income without anybody else's agenda. There are going to be skill sets and different things that's going to take us to another level. But this right here is just the beginning of it. This is the simplest way in America and maybe in the world that you can truly make a life-changing blessing that can take you wherever it is that you want. So for you to not take it serious, go back to what it is that you're doing and see if your boss will ever pay you what you're worth. That's why you guys are here right now. Even through your complaints, you're still here. You know why? Because you know when you look at yourself in the mirror, you say, man, look, there ain't nothing better than this. Even if I haven't been blessed yet. When I do get blessed, it's still easier than what I've done in my life to provide for my family. So let's make this work for all of us. And let's keep it together, baby. Peace out.
everyone please log in if you have a login from the old system. Please do so.